And welcome back. Hare University has condemned rumours that their indoor sports centre was completely gutted and destroyed by fire, and says only the foyer area was affected. This comes after allegations of a congested exam timetable began circulating in social media. Last night, pictures of the university seemingly blazing in fire started making the rounds on social media. Joining us now is SABC News reporter Sidima Mfeku, who's joining us live from the university. Sidima, good morning and thank you so much for making time for us. Well, I don't know if that is the building that you're standing there in front of. It looks gutted, and also looking at the destroyed windows there.
Indeed, Aldrin. The building behind me is the university sports complex where the exams are supposed to be taking place, and some parts of this building have burnt, and when you looked inside it, there is quite a great destruction that has happened in this university, in this particular facility, and it shows that when we're looking at it, there's desks, preparations had already been made for the beginning of the examination in this university today. But this obviously had to be delayed because of the fire, and they said grievances that students seem to have regarding the exam timetable, but also just to get to hear about this matter further, we are joined by the university spokesperson JB Root to just explain to us really what does the university think this has got to do with. Thank you very much for your time again.
Sidima, good morning. I just want to firstly start by saying there's images going around on social media that indicates that the sports centre has been gutted and burned down. You've just been through the building. There's damage that was sustained to the foyer. The other point that I just wanted to correct you on, we are not delaying our examinations. We are postponing our session from this morning, but at 2 o'clock this afternoon our academic project is going ahead and our examinations are commencing for the mid-year.
And when we're looking at the matter, what does the university, think this matter has got to do with? What do you think is the reason behind this particular thing, if you're saying that it's got nothing to do with the exams?
Well, we've launched an investigation, and at this moment we are speaking to witnesses from last night. We're combing through security image, and we're also analysing the social media post. There was mobilisation on social media. At this moment in time, we're also not going to rule out sponsored anarchy, sponsored violence. I think we need to be open-minded, and we need to look at all these factors taking place right now.
You're saying sponsored violence and sponsored anarchy. Can you please just explain to us what does that mean?
Well, we've seen in the past that people would commandeer individuals from surrounding towns or the town of Alice. So as I say, our investigation is going on right now. We're looking at everything. We're speaking to students. We're working with the authorities. But the most important thing is that our academic project is continuing. The exams are going on today. And of course, this morning when I spoke to staff, a lot of staff are fairly devastated. This indoor sports centre, as you've said, is it's getting ready for the mid-year exams. But behind us, it's a very important venue. We hold our public lectures here, and also, of course, the sports department is here. But things will go ahead. We just a few weeks ago had a very beautiful graduation ceremony, and then of course a few weeks ago we had Chief Justice Zondo deliver the OR Tambo public lecture. So as I can say to you right now, we're very perplexed as to what really triggered heard this protest. We are really baffled right now.
And we understand that the exams are going to continue. How do you then make sure that students that are going to be coming to sit for their exams are safe, and that the institution is further made safe, especially in light of what has happened?
Absolutely, and I just want to say the management executive team was working through the night up until the very early hours of the morning, just to make sure that we are rolling out a heightened security plan around several of our venues as we get ready for our mid-year exam. So we will be deploying additional security members, and that is what we're doing right now.
All right, thank you very much for your time, sir. That is the spokesperson of the University of Fort Hare, J.P. Root, saying there that in the experience of the university, it has happened before that violence of this nature is being sponsored or has an infiltration of some sort from either members of the community or whoever else that might have interest in the running and the proper functioning of this university. We understand that this is not the only facility of the university that has been massively destructed. The university's computer lab windows have been broken. The university shop was also vandalized. And we're still going to continue and find out what the students have to say about this. When we contacted the president of the SABC, she was not available or not on campus, and we're going to try and find out from her if the student body really does know anything about this, Eldrin.
And Sidima, just a quick one. I don't know if the spokesperson is still standing next to you, because Fort Hare has been in the news for a couple of times now, and also considering, of course, that court application that has now been brought by the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Oscar Mabuyane, to declare unlawful the investigation by the SIU. What's Fort Hare's take on that application?
Well, Aldrin, yesterday the university, in fact 2 days ago, the university had released a statement saying that they're going to oppose the application by the Premier to have the investigations barred or stopped or declared unlawful. And they said that they don't want to comment any further on this particular investigation after having released that statement. They said in the statement that the investigations, either internal or external, do not really have much to do with the running of the institution, but they are to correct some of the, some of the failures or maybe some of the shortfalls of some departments in this particular university. And they said that the investigations by the SIU are focusing particularly on the Department of Public Administration, which is the one that has been affected, or rather mentioned in the awarding of degrees to some politicians in the province.
Oh, thank you so much for that, Sidima Mfeku there. Our SABC News reporter following up on that story following the gutting of the exam center where students were expected to be writing their exams. But as you heard there, just a delay, not necessarily a postponement.